I just want to ask you why just two of Volodymyr Dybenko? Is it okay?
All right, so we're live. Let's wait a few more minutes for everyone to join us. Say everyone is joining us. Awesome, awesome. All right, as always, let us know in the chat two things this time: where you're from, what's your location, and what typical country of your ICP, of your ideal customers profile you target. So basically, just your country and country of your ideal customer profile. So curious to see where you're from and what countries you're targeting. It's like interesting to figure out those things. US and US, wow, interesting. I'm Frank, clients from Brazil and Europe, London, Europe and US. So yeah, we're also based in like Ukraine, but we target the US market. I'm in the UK, targeting UK, interesting. Based in South Africa, targeting USA, we're from India, we're targeting the US. Yeah, Dan, I just realized this today. Yeah, sorry about that. Probably we forget about this, unfortunately. And then I realized, wow, today is just like July 4th. And then wow, why we register this webinar? So should prepare a little bit better the next time. But yeah, we'll have it in recording, so no worries. Targeting the Canada, awesome. The whole world, mostly North American countries, and you're mostly awesome. So, Volodymyr, get back. I get to feel free to turn on your video.
Hi there.
Hey, mostly yes. Oh wow, cool, interesting. All right, all right. So thanks for the answers, and it was interesting to know this, like some cool insights. Okay, so today we will have like a really interesting webinar. Today we'll be talking about like 10 practical steps for winning first touch with your prospect, meaning today we'll be talking mostly about like data-driven and data-backed insights for your multi-channel cold outreach, for both your emails and LinkedIn touches. And we have prepared like really cool, I would say, data-backed insights for you. So that's how you can improve your cold outreach, improve your emails, improve your LinkedIn touches. And I'm pretty sure you will get some cool insights, and you can implement them for your cold outreach. And so yeah, stay tuned till the end, and yeah, you will be amazed with numbers we have prepared for you today. All right, before we start, let me share the screen.
Vlad, before you start, I want to say that Happy Independence Day who, from US. And nice to meet you. My name is Vlad Dybenko. I'm from Sicily, and I have 15 years in data analysis. So I hope this data will be very helpful for you. And your turn, Vlad.
Yeah, sure. Yes, I wanted to introduce you on the next slide. Awesome. Yeah. So today we'll be talking about like with Vladimir. He's like a founder of cold outreach tool for LinkedIn thing for your like LinkedIn outreach, and he will be sharing like really cool insights on LinkedIn outreach. Okay, so poll number one. Let us know in the chat whether or not do you rely on multi-channel cold outreach, yes or no. Just curious whether you use just email, maybe or just LinkedIn, or both, or maybe other channels. So let's just know in the chat as well. Mostly emails.
I see that someone reply in chat. I think you have to use polls. That's the pop-up that appears in your screen with replies. In this case, we will see these numbers.
So yeah. We can see the result, and we are sharing. So all right. So most of us today rely on multi-channel outreach. Are you like what do
Actually,
you
I
think about
think
this,
that's
Volodymyr?
mandatory for actually, I think it's mandatory for this time to use multi-channel because it's a multi-way world at this moment.
Agree. Yeah. All right. And we have 30% of people who just use probably email only because based on our comments. Interesting. So yeah, but again, we see that multi-channel is getting bigger. And yeah, data says that multi-channel cold outreach is slightly better for getting replies. So yeah, it's cool to know that majority of us rely on multi-channel sequences. Awesome. So right, let's proceed with the slides. Today we'll be talking about 10 practical steps for winning first touch with your prospects. We will be sharing data-backed insights. As always, today we have Vlad, I'm growth leader here at Reply with SDR's background, created lots of sequences, and now I'm just like analyzing lots of things, trying some cold outreach things on my own. So happy to share my insights. Vlad, maybe you want to add more to your background or what you're building, what your product is, and then we will skip there.
Vlad, thank you very much for inviting me to your webinar. It's a really pleasure for us to attend it and share our numbers with your auditory and with our auditory. I'm 20 years in data analysis and in sales, in IT companies, in startups. And I have been living in the United States. I have attended many conferences around the world and would be happy to share my experience with you. Based on this experience, I launched a Saley.pro as a service that helps to make cold outreach in LinkedIn warmer. And after that, I will share my experience and our insights with you. Guys, thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I have seen the results. And again, stay tuned. We will share some really cool insights on LinkedIn as well, because typically it's harder to analyze LinkedIn, right? It's harder to analyze data, but Sally did it, and it's cool to see those results in terms of acceptance rate and in terms of cold outreach on LinkedIn, how to send your connection request on LinkedIn. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, so today we will cover like some great things. I will be sharing 5 data-backed insights on cold emails. For this webinar, we've done another like research based on replies data in terms of cold emails. So we analyzed 10 million cold emails for this specific like event. And yeah, I will share just 5 new cool insights on this. And then I will share just examples of great email templates based on these insights, and that's why they work basically. Then we will do the same for cold outreach on LinkedIn. And as always, we will share insanely useful bonus content and Q&A session. As always, we will share the recording, template, slides, and resources with you after the webinar. And yeah, feel free to use Q&A section and the chat, and I will go back and forth to the chat, and we will just interrupt our presentation to answer your questions. So yeah, feel free to use the chat and Q&A section. Okay, let's start with email outreach, data-backed insights. As always, I love to start with this slide. They say that cold outreach is dead, maybe because of like new spam policies, deliverability issues, but that's not true. Cold outreach will stay with us for for a decade or so, for sure. And as you can see, another reason why it will stay with us, because number of email users worldwide is just keep growing. We have new markets, we have new segments, we have more like digitalized environment, and more people, users are joining email, and we will have way more decision makers on emails, right? So cold outreach is not dead, but it's definitely harder, and we have to adapt to those changes accordingly. For example, here is my own chart for my own cold outreach at Reply, just to show that it's still like a thing, and it still works just great for us at Reply as well. All right, another poll before slides. Let me know in the chat, what's your average email reply rate? So we will check some number there, and maybe it will help us improve your cold emails. All right, less than 3 is typical one. Pretty sure, pretty much the same for me here, like less than 3, sometimes 3 to 5. For inbound leads, of course, it's like better, sometimes 10, 20%. Okay, let's wait a minute. What do you think about those results, Vlad? Typically, it's like less than 3%, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, I see much less numbers, about 1% or less. It depends to the source of these leads with whom you outreach via LinkedIn, depends on your domain and so on so far.
Okay.
At the same time, it's much less than in LinkedIn that I will share.
Yeah, probably LinkedIn is slightly better for cold outreach, but yeah, it's harder to scale. Agree. So yeah, wow, interesting. Congrats to the person who said 10+%, like amazing results. 5 to 10 is also awesome. So yeah. All right, so let's proceed with slides now. Let me go through those data-backed insights now. All right. So when we talk about cold emails, and the very first cold email, I think there are 5 typical mistakes we make when it comes to cold outreach, cold email templates. And the very first email is super important. Of course, data says that cold email number 1 will generate the highest possible reply rates, the highest possible open rates. With every next follow-up in your sequence, your average open and reply rate will go down. And after follow-up number 4, it's like almost useless to send additional follow-ups, because typically they won't generate responses. It's all about your different segments, different verticals. But when it comes to like massive high volume cold outreach, it's almost useless to send more than 4, maybe 5 additional like follow-ups, and probably you need to focus something like between 2 to 4 steps maximum. So, and when it comes to cold email lengths, it's probably one of the most important metrics that can improve your reply rates and actually open rates as well. So that's how, and I think cold email lengths is like linked to email deliverability. Why? Because longer emails maybe like they may look like just spammy emails, for example. And based on data, we can definitely say that emails with less than 100 words will generate the highest possible both open and reply rates. The shorter email is, the better, basically. So, and other tools did pretty much the same like report, the same researchers, and they say that emails with less than 100 words like more effective than longer emails. Interesting that emails with more than 300 words work again, but maybe it's like data bias. Why? Because maybe it's just not a typical cold outreach. Maybe it's a VC outreach when you need to send longer emails pitching your product, or maybe it's like you're pitching your vacation, your VC, and so on. But when it comes to typical cold outreach, it's safe to say that you need to focus on shorter emails. So shorter emails are better for cold outreach. And I would suggest maybe something between 50 to 100 words is like a sweet spot for us. And actually, it does make sense. That it does make perfect sense. Why? Because there is another research saying that an average time people spend reading brand emails is like 10 seconds, 10 to 14 seconds. And when we compare it and when we correlate it to how fast people read words, we can say that like an average person, when it comes probably to cold email, within those 10, 12 seconds can read something between 50 to maybe 100 words. So, and as you can see, we can correlate speed and length of cold emails. And if you want your emails, like if you want to increase your reply rates and open rates, just make them shorter. That's insight number one. And again, tip here, just write your copy, cut fluffy words, cut buzzwords, cut unnecessary words, marketing jargon, and so on. Just make email shorter and to the point. Another research we've done for this webinar is we decided to analyze, wow, how average sentence lengths can influence open and reply rates. And here's data. Again, the shorter your average sentence length in terms of words, the better outcome. So for example, if your average sentence length is between like 7 to probably 13 words, you will generate higher reply rates. As you can see here, like if your cold emails have on average sentence length is like between 8 to 9 words, you will generate the highest possible reply rates on average. And the same open rate is pretty much the same on average. Again, probably it won't influence the result, but reply rate will be much higher when you use, again, shorter sentence. Why? Because probably it's easier to scan your email and like go through it and just like again, it does make sense because it's easier to read, it's easier to understand. There are no additional like complex constructions in your emails. So yeah, the shorter the better. Works with sentence lengths as well. Research number 3 is great. Let me check. Okay, let me check the chat. Okay, so no questions. Again, feel free to ask questions so I can explain data if needed. Again, number 3 is great, and paragraphs. Again, what is paragraph is, it's when you use like enter between it's when you use spaces between your cold emails. And we just ask ourselves how rates will impact your open and reply rates as well. So when it comes to our research, we can see a clear correlation between number of paragraphs and reply rates as well. So the less paragraphs you have in your emails, the better actually. So as we can see here, when you have something between 1 to 5 paragraphs or grades, like 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5, it's a sweet spot for you because you will generate more replies again on average. Typically, the best results, 1 grade is like reply rate is 3.8% on average. The same with 2 paragraphs, 3.8%. And then we can see that the more paragraphs, the less replies you get. When it comes to open rates, it doesn't matter. Why? Because probably it's still short emails. When you have more paragraphs, you have more words, symbols. Again, email is like huge, and that's how you get less opens. Why? Because probably like email providers think that it's a spammy email, basically. So like lens probably correlates with spam as well somehow. So again, when it comes to grades and paragraphs, I will definitely recommend to stick to maybe 4 or 5 paragraphs maximum. And research number 4 is questions. I have seen like probably dozens of cold emails where they ask, where they send a cold email to me, for example, and I receive it, and then I can see a few, maybe 2, 3 questions. Like they send, like they send a cold email and they ask me like multiple things. They ask me a few different things. Hey, what do you think about this? Wanna check this? Wanna book a demo? Sometimes they have 2, 3 questions, and then I ask myself, wow, what do you want from me? Like, do you want me to check the link, or do you want me to book a demo? I don't understand what's the point of this email. And we ask our team to analyze how does questions influence our reply rates, and there is a clear correlation between those two metrics, question and your reply rates. So the more questions you have, it's more likely they will skip your email, basically. So just stick probably to 1 to 2 maybe questions max, and you're in a good sweet spot. Like, and what interesting is that sometimes you can send soft CTAs without even asking something. You just can say, I don't know, I hope this is something you're looking for example, and you can just avoid asking question. In that case, when you use soft CTA without like asking a question, it's gonna work as well. As you can see here, cold emails with 0 questions also generate lots of replies. With 1 question, it's gonna be probably the best option for cold emails. And again, here's one of my favorite call to action. It's just like soft CTA, just out of my curiosity. Have you already implemented something for B2B data and cold outreach? And that's it. And then that's how, using 1 question plus soft CTA, you can maximize your reply rates. Okay, probably some questions. Is grade equals paragraphs? Yes, it is. Will the recording be available for reference later? For sure. Let's proceed. And probably the last and one of the most important ways to increase your reply rates is just to like balance your volumes and balance when you send your cold emails. So based on our researches, Monday and Thursday are the best days to send your cold emails. So probably I will prioritize my cold outreach and my first steps for these days. And when it comes to time, so typically they open emails between 7 a.m. to probably 12 a.m. to maybe 1 p.m. So it's the best time to send your cold emails. Why? Because they just open their laptop, they go to their Gmail or Yahoo or I don't know, Microsoft Outlook, right? And when your email pop-ups, you can maximize your open rates and again, reply rates. So when we combine those things together, number 1, lens, make your email shorter, then make your sentences shorter, then just have these clear like storytelling mode for your cold email, have these great paragraphs, shorter sentences, low friction, soft CTAs, just 1 question, and optimize your deliverability. You can maximize your reply rates and probably get to those 3 to 5% reply rates for 1 email only. So yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. I think basically there are lots of other options on how we can improve our cold emails. And for this reason, I have prepared for you, as always, 2 bonus pieces of content. Number 1, it's 11 proven email templates to get more replies, and I will share it with in the end as a link. So typically all those emails structure based on the researches we had today. And number 2, we have way more data-backed insights on cold emails, content, subject lines, templates, and so on. Just visit reply.ads category, reply research, and you will get way more data-backed insights on cold emails. So if you are if you love researching charts, data points, so that's for you. All right. I hope you enjoyed my part of the presentation, and I'm putting mic back to Vlad, and probably you can start sharing the screen.
Hi, Vlad, again, and thank you very much for your presentation. Actually, I found many useful things, and some of them match to that I will share right now. So thank you very much. I would like to share my screen. Just tell me. See my screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So we start from this one, and okay, and right now it works. Yeah. So thank you very much. As I mentioned before, I'm from Saley. We started Saley for LinkedIn outreach to help make it more warmer. And today I will explain why LinkedIn is so important and what we have to do to get better results. Just imagine that around the world, 8 million people, yeah, and 1 billion 8 billions people and 1 billion users in LinkedIn. That's so huge amount of users right now in LinkedIn. Yeah, we understand that some of them bots, but in future, this percent will be very small because LinkedIn has implemented the check the persona via application, and it will become not useful. So, and 65 million decision makers around the world. You can imagine that all these people available for your offer. At the same time, you have your limitations that we also discussed. And LinkedIn always grows. That's 10%. That's huge for the amount of users. About the limitations that we have, number of accounts. Yeah, it's like Vlad mentioned before, it's not scalable. Yes, that's true. That's very big pain that it's not scalable for company. Yeah, company like Microsoft, Oracle, whoever, they can't create as many accounts as they want. Yeah, they have to use private accounts, and you as a owner of your company, you can't increase this number very fast. And you have another limitation, number of invitations. That's just 100 per week that you can send, or for someone is not more than 200. And on what we can impact? We can impact on acceptance rate, on reply rate, and positive reply rate by the quality of our message. And today we will discuss how to impact on these numbers and how to get more from LinkedIn. Okay, the main goal for all of us, we understand that number of booked business meeting, sales meeting, and we have to understand from what we have to start. We start from invitation or email. Yeah, they are very similar. in the structure. And the same time, most of you use invitation, and we have to reply, finally reply on this question. Have you sent invitation with note or without note? And be attention. We will reply on this question, and I will be happy to see your decision about this. So that's how this invitation looks. Yeah, we see the profile picture, name, title, and if they send this message, just a little, just a one line of this message we see in list of my invitations. And you have to understand, I receive about 100 invitations per day, and it's a lot, oh, per week, sorry, per week. It's a lot of, I just click and don't read all of them. If I found at the first line that it's not interested for me, it's more easy for me to ignore it. And on what people pay attention in this case? They pay attention on your profile picture. If you have empty profile picture or it's some not real people, you have to change it immediately, because when I see that it's not human or not human-like, I ignore it. The second one, the title, and we will see in numbers how title impact on acceptance rate. So the next one is if you send with message, we have to understand that we have pros and cons. Pros, that after acceptance this invitation, it's automatically come to my inbox, and that's very good, because in this case, your lead will get it in inbox and can't forget about you. Yeah. In the first case, when they accept your invitation, you just disappear. And if you don't follow up, if you don't send a message immediately in this day, it will not work. Okay. The reply rate will be much more less. And so that's pros and cons of invitation with nodes. And I would like to launch the poll and ask you, how do you think, what is the biggest acceptance rate, with nodes or without nodes? How do you think? Please share this opinion with us.
Actually, interesting. Wow. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. We already make this research based on 75,000 LinkedIn invitations, and we have we
Again, please, how much?
already know 75,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but we select just for the short period to be to make this data reliable. Okay, with nodes. Yeah, you think that with nodes, high acceptance rate. Okay, let's go. Let's dive into vault of invitation, LinkedIn invitations. So look at this. The first number with nodes around the vault, it's this number based on all countries, from all countries to all countries. And it's about 60% with nodes. And without nodes, it's 21%. Yeah, when I see the data on Galaxy that they suggested to say send without nodes, I was surprised. And I decided to check it in our data. At the same time, I have one more surprise for you. These data that with nodes, where this was like sent by our users, but when they generate this message with Sally, this number is 35% for all users. What does it mean? In Sally, we use personalization based on profile, experience, and education, post, and company. And based on this, we create this message that has 35%, about 35%. And we went deeper, and just want to understand what is number for United Kingdom. We asked you question from what countries your leads, and most of you replied that United States, United Kingdom, and Canada or Europe. In this case, I analyzed it United Kingdom, United States, and Canada. Look at these numbers. They less than previous, so that's more harder to achieve these leads in these countries. Yeah, if you look at these numbers, it's 15 and 21. In this case, it's 11 and 14 without nose. Yeah, and look with Sally, it's also less than 35%. At the same time, sorry, it twice more than with no. And we went more deeper and understand wanted to check how it is from countries such as India, and look at these numbers. They are less than previous one, because when sent from India, it's much more less. And even with personalized messages, at the same time, it's again double more interested for this person. And when you look at this chart, my first opinion was, okay, you have to change the country and that's all. At the same time, it's not true, because when you look at these numbers, the middle one is without node. Yeah, so that it means that node is not impacted on this acceptance rate. Yeah, just title. And we see that in this invitation, we don't see country, we see only title. So it means that we have from India, and yeah, this chart shows from India and from Canada, United States, and United Kingdom. And difference, it's not so big. Yeah, just around 3%. That's not so big. And with nodes, also not so big. With just templates. Yeah. At the same time, when with Sally, it's huge difference compared to the simple nodes. It's about 20%. So that's not about the country, it's about the culture. And we found that a different culture of sending this message. That's this message not compared to this culture in United States and US. And we will explain you what difference and how you can impact it. At the same time, I want to share the first life hack. It will be better if you change country. It will show, yeah. We try to in our sales department, and it works as well. When you change country to your ICP, it will be more clear for them. The second one, as Vlad mentioned, you have to send in their time zone. Yeah, and because if you send in your 1 p.m., yeah, or 9 p.m., yeah, they will receive it at night, and it's not very good. You have to send it at 9 a.m. of recipient time. You have to be closer to your ICP. You have to send in their time, in their culture, and think like your ideal customer profile. And it will help you to get from 5 to 20% more. That's you can get from the beginning. The second one, we analyzed the titles, from what titles you sent and how it's impact on your acceptance rate. So for better understanding, we transformed with the help of machine learning these titles, because they are so different, to 5 different levels, like CXO, it means CEO, CTO, CMO, and managers, it's like for director or team leader, and specialist, it's like SDR, recruiter, and someone else. So in this case, it's around this database around the world. No, this data, yeah, this data based on the US, UK market only, yeah. And we see that when you send from CEO to CEO, it's about 12%. At the same time, if you send from manager to CEO, it's less on 4%. And from CEO to specialist, it's higher. So be also closer to your ideal customer profile and looks like them to be on the same level. And if you want to talk with CEO, you have to change your title to like business partner of director of your business department, something else, because if you, it will be like lead generator to CEO, it's like very big difference, and acceptance rate will be closer. Okay. So position, the second life hack, improve your position to be closer to your ideal customer profile. It's not so much except plus in your acceptance rate, but from 5 to 7, it will be better for you, I think. And Vlad, we very similar in this point in structure of message, and I see that emails go like have trend to go to message style, yeah, and LinkedIn message go to trend to Twitter style. So be very clear, and we suggest this very simple structure salutation. And if you can use some salutation on language of this person, yeah, if you write to Sweden people, you can write hi, hi, or if you write to Jewish people, you can write shalom, or other one. And you have to be very accurate, because you don't have to say hey to CEO of UK company. It's not, it's very bad tone. And in this case, I suggest you to read book Culture Map. In this book, you can find with what countries, with people from what countries you have to speak in what way, and you will find this like insights how to write that. But shortly, I will explain. Don't send emoji to CEO of UK company. Yeah, it's not good. At the same time, you can say hey to CEO of US company, US-based company. That's normal for them. And we suggest this structure: salutation, compliment, and interest, like question, and request to connect. At the same time, be very accurate. Don't use in compliment like the phrase, hey, hey there, I'm impressed in what you are doing in your company. Please look what we are doing. And that's very bad tone to use that you looks like you care about these people, but you show them that you think about like donkey, because you just send the same message for all of them without any specification of what you impressed and what you really impressed. Or if you say, okay, I'm impressed what you do in on this position, and how do you know this? You have to have some evidence about it. If you don't have, it's bad tone to send it. Okay, and show you're interested in this person, and like you have to do empathy to this person, and understand to ask some questions what you want to get from them, and just simple understanding why you send this connection, and be clear, I want to extend my network, or I want to get more clients via you, or something else, be more transparent. Oh, I'd love to connect. It's very universal and very clear. The third life hack is structure. Yeah, be structured. As Vlad mentioned, 4 paragraphs, it's enough. And you know that you limit it with 300 characters, and create it in 270 or 50, that's enough. So be clear, be empathic, and be interested in. It will get you 10-15%. So with these recommendations, you can get about 40%. In my case, I have about 50% acceptance rate for me, because I have profile that with many posts and many activities. So in my case, it's okay. And I would like to share with you examples that works as well. And some of them, like Notice is making big moves. Sorry, I can't see. Is making big moves toward the proactive cybersecurity. And you mentioned about the market, what they doing. Yeah, I understand it takes a lot of time to create this message. I understand it. If you do it manually, it's crazy time-consuming process. At the same time, I will show how to do it very fast for a few seconds. Okay. And the third example is your success in transformation LinkedIn outreach in Sally is impressive. Your blend of IT recruitment and passion for client satisfaction truly stands out. I'd love to connect. For example, like this. And here is bad examples. They are personalized. Yes. Hey, Volodymyr, that's personalization for me, really. Your dedication to streamline sales communication with AI is impressive, and your innovation approach to boost sales caught my attention. I'd love to connect. In this case, he didn't explain why he wants to connect with me. What is interesting is really interesting with me. Oh, I didn't see the second bad invitation, but don't worry. So can I switch to demo? Lot.
Yeah, I think we have a few more minutes, like minutes, like 6 minutes, I
Okay.
guess. So in the
Okay.
chat, in the
I think
meantime, yeah, feel free to
three,
ask any questions.
three minutes is enough for
We
me.
will
I stop sharing this.
maybe have some additional questions on terms of
Yeah.
data. That will be
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, in the chat.
If auditor you have question, please share it with me and I will. Okay, let's look at this, how Sally can help you to generate these hyper-personalized messages. In case of if I don't have internet, I click it before and look at this. I will show you here. Okay, for example, for someone new, just one click and Sally understand what you offer, your tone of voice, who is it, and about whole experience of Hilarion, his posts even, and his company, his pain points and the pain points of his company, and based on it, create this message in few seconds. Look at this. This is like Vlad showed us. We have 4 paragraphs. Yeah, just hi, Hilarion. Notice you extensive experience in IT and telco at Atos. Given your focus on system integration deals, I'd love to connect and explore collaboration opportunities with Sally for personalized your IT AI-driven LinkedIn outreach. Looking for connect, and it's some bug. Your name, it has to understand my name. At the same time, I can send it. And it took me just a few seconds. And for this person, when they receive this message, they understand that I pay attention for their profile. For example, here, focus on property acquisition and your extensive in digital lead generation are evident. So just click, and it's done. That's what I wanted to show. Actually, Sally can do with follow-ups and with objection handling, but today we are talking only about invitation, and I think it will be enough for today to look how it can impact on your sales, on your funnel, because when you have more acceptance rate, yeah, you have more funnel. And if you double your acceptance rate, even with same number of LinkedIn accounts, even with same limitation of sending LinkedIn invitation, you can double your funnel. Okay. But I finished, and will be happy to answer on questions with you.
All right, so yeah, we have more questions. How to automate emails. So, of course, you can do it with reply, LinkedIn steps. What about like Sally? Can you automate just LinkedIn in emails at scale or something? Or just like manual one?
Yeah, I have to clarify that the Sally don't automate. We don't send automatically any message. At the same time, it works in Sales Navigator and LinkedIn as well.
As an extension, I see. Okay.
Yeah, you can switch to Sales Navigator and do it in mail with the same.
Gotcha. It's like a Chrome extension. Okay. Did I understand correctly? It's a separate platform. Yep, it does. We just like joined our forces together with Vlad today as well, just to show you how you can maximize your reply rates when it comes to like email and LinkedIn outreach, because those two are the most typical use cases when it comes to cold outreach and outbound sales. Yeah, and that's how, if you prefer one channel and another one, so that's how we just wanted to share like data-backed insights on how to improve your results. All right, as always, I guess let me share the final slide here, and I will share like the presentation in the chat so you can enjoy it after the webinar. Share externally, new link. Just a second, create link, copy link. Okay, I'm sending it here. And as always, thanks for your time. Feel free to scan this QR code, or in the presentation, just click a link and feel free to connect with me and Vlad, and we will be more than happy to answer your question there and stay in touch, right? Any final thoughts, Vlad?
Yeah, please follow me on LinkedIn. I will be happy to share with you all insights. It just exclusively we started to share these numbers with Reply.io. At the same time, we are going to create this PDF with all insights and post in my LinkedIn account.
Awesome. So right, as always, let's stay in touch and thank you for your time and see you next time on
Yeah, I
Replies
also
event.
want
Yeah.
to add that we have a gift. I didn't see this. Yeah, we have 1 month for free for participants of this webinar. For this, you have to just sign up here in APP Saily Pro and tell in Intercom that you are from Reply Webinar. That's all. You can select free account, but we upgrade your account to 100% unlimited package for 1 month, and you will get all advantages of AI for your LinkedIn outreach.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for your time, Vlad. Thanks for the insights. And thanks everyone for joining us today. Have a great day. Have a great evening and see you soon. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Vlad, for invitation and have a nice day. And bye.
Bye.
Thank you.